So a lot of us here use essential oils, and you probably know that they can be used for so many things around the house. If you want to live a more green, natural, toxic-free life or to use more natural products. But my favorite way to use essential oils is to work through suppressed emotions, which can be found through dream work. And this is something that I talk about all the time here. This is what my page is all about. So this is what I would consider a tool for dream alchemy. And alchemy itself just means transforming the ordinary into the extraordinary, or the art of transformation. And when we look at this in terms of dream alchemy, the way I see it is we're getting the message from the dream of what emotion is being suppressed or blocked, or what needs to be worked on. And then we add some magic dust in the form of holistic tools crafted to the specific situation and for the person. And then you do that repetition in waking life until that issue is transformed into something beautiful, and it is no longer suppressed or blocked. It's just released and you are moving on. So that is a quick rundown of like what I consider dream alchemy and the way that I teach it. But we can use these essential oils as one of the alchemical tools based on the emotion that showed up in your dream. Or if it's something physical, because I do believe that we go through different stages, right? If there is an emotional blockage and we are ignoring that or not really aware of it, because I don't know, we haven't had the time to tune in to our body and really see what's happening with us, and we just kind of downplay it, then it starts manifesting into something physical that kind of screams for your attention. And there's a quote that I'm probably going to butcher. I'm going to try. If not, I'll just like type it in the captions here. But it says, if you listen to your body when it whispers, you won't have to hear it scream. I think that's how the quote goes. I will double check that, or let me know in the comments if you know the right one. But that really resonated with me because I have, right before my journey, I was always ignoring all these subtle hints, the little whispers of like, hey, self-care is important. Hey, you need a little bit more work-life balance. Like, hey, let's work on that stress. And then it finally exploded and screamed at me. And, it just really shook me into taking action towards this more holistic path that now I get to share with you all. So I'm grateful for those lessons. And I also always say that had I listened to those subtle signs, things wouldn't have just exploded so intensely in my own journey. But anyways, enough about me. Let's go into the actual essential oil work that you can do. I share this because, like I said, you can morph into an emotional, suppressed, blocked emotion, can manifest physically. And that's what happens, for example, in my case with TMJ. A lot of blockages around speaking my truth or, just sharing my voice was so blocked that it manifested into like my jaw actually locking and having this issue. And sometimes it is easier to address the physical situation because you have an actual area to pinpoint it. So even though we know the throat chakra and communication is linked to all of this area, we can work with the oil there. So if you're having dreams, like in my case, it would be dreams of like not being able to scream or like choking on something or things related to this area. Even if you don't have that physical manifestation, you can still use an essential oil, using oils that support the physical and emotional properties of what you're working on and apply it to that area. So maybe applying it to the throat. But since mine, for example, already manifested into something physical, then I actually apply it to my jaw, which helps the tension there as well as works emotionally. So for any other situation, once you've interpreted the dream and you know the one thing you want to work with, I do recommend focusing on one thing first, and then it's the repetition and the really focus on that thing that's going to help you work through it a lot faster and more efficiently than if you were trying to do all the things at once and make all these changes at once. So just focusing on the one thing that showed up in your dream and it's telling you, hey, this is a suppressed emotion that we should work with. Then you can create either your own blend, like I make these with crystals and herbs, and then the essential oils. the ones I make for myself don't have labels, but the ones in my shop do have more professional labels set up. But you can create your own if you know how to do that, or maybe even just getting a single essential oil that's going to help with that. So with matters of the heart, it's kind of pricey, but rose essential oil is my favorite one for that emotional type of grief. And there's a whole bunch of other ones out there, but finding one that you want to work with for a certain period of time in combination with journaling what your experiences are so you can release it, doing any other practices like yoga or whatever it is that you personally like to do to help release the blockage around that emotion, as the essential oils are also supporting it. So it's a little bit of a process, but just grab an essential oil that you are drawn to and that has those properties. Work with it, combine it with the journaling. And I say that because we want to process as we go along. It's not, if it's just a physical emotion, like my jaw, I just roll it on and I don't really need to journal about my jaw being locked. However, I did journal a lot about what it meant to speak my voice and be seen and be heard, type of thing. And that definitely does help that the root cause of the physical manifestation as well as the emotional one. The beauty of this is that you're going to see the dream shift as the work you're doing is doing its job. So any inner work you're doing, it's going to show you if you still need more work, if it's already clearing up, and then a new dream will pop up and a new emotion to work on or situation, because we're a work in progress always, right? So give that a try. There's other things that you can do, like actual practices, rolling it on while practicing your yoga flow that's addressing that emotion or energetic body. So, if it's matters of the heart, you can do like back bends, a flow that centers around back bends, or, things like that, crafting it to the energetic body that's related to the emotion. If you're into yoga, or finding a flow that supports that, you can diffuse it, like just having a diffuser on the side as you're journaling so you can smell it, or even just uncapping the bottle and taking a few deep breaths of the oil as you're journaling. You can really get creative with your own ritual, visualizing as you're working with the essential oil. And depending on the oil, you will likely be able to do it daily, although just definitely make sure of any safety matters, such as citrus oils being unsafe for the skin and then going outside. They have a photosensitivity is what I mean. Like, you can apply it to your skin, but just skin that's not going to be exposed to the sun. And if you have any concerns about that, you can comment below, and I can help share some more insights on that. But yeah, working on it until that emotion is released. And that because, first of all, it won't show up as much in your dream. And also in waking life, you won't feel as triggered by the situation or the memory of it as much as it did in the beginning. And that's how you know that it's already being released in the process of it, or completely transformed, alchemized. So I am going to leave you all with a free guide that you can download that has more ways to use your essential oils in a more spiritual practice, or just giving you ideas to use it. And it also has more information about essential oils. So download that below and let me know what you're going to be working on and what essential oil you're going to be using for your dream alchemy.